What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have some Detroit Lions news. This is a health update, so let's get it started. Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here, and today we have some good Detroit Lions news. Now, I just want to lay this out there right now that bear with me, guys, throughout this entire, training camp and into the season. There's going to be tons of Detroit Lions news, and I'm going to do my best to keep you guys updated with everything Detroit Lions, everything that happens. And keep in mind, for me, I have to make the whole video, right? I have to edit it, do all this stuff to it. I can't just simply put out there, hey, Lions did this, boom, send it out, we're good. Plus, when my Wi-Fi is still the problem, then that makes things even slower. So, trust me, I'm doing my best to get it out as soon as possible. And I'm sure you guys would rather have way too many videos of all the Lions news than not any of the Lions news, right? So that's the goal here, is put out all the Lions news. So, I'll try to keep you guys updated the best that we can. Yes, if there are like 5 videos in one day and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't keep all up, it is okay. I'm just trying to get all that news out there for everybody that is interested. And today we have a good Detroit Lions health update. This is great. This is great news. But before we get into it, let's go check out the comment of the video. Orange chicken, this time, not orange grape, orange chicken. Orange chicken says this, in quotation marks, I forgot the quotes on the top, but he basically says this: we have something in common. We both say words. Now that is deep. Orange chicken, I don't know who came up with that one, but that is deep. Okay, yeah, I may have said that in my video earlier. I think he's making fun of me from saying that in my last video. Okay, let me explain, all right? Let me just explain what went down. It was a long day. It was a long day. I spelled words wrong on the board, and I knew I spelled them wrong because I put an E at the end and I said restaurante. I knew I already spelled the word wrong, and then the cat came up to the table, and I was just all thrown off, and I don't know, man. It was a long day. No more roasting. That's our new rule. No, I'm playing. Y'all can roast me. It's cool. I got a lot of people roasting me. That's cool. I like it. It's funny. As we know, about a week ago, we had about 8 players placed on the COVID reserve list, but now we are down to just one. Just one player remains on this list, as multiple players have came off, and today 3 more came off that list, leaving only one player, which is Jalen Elliott. So before we get into the players that are left that have been taken off, hopefully everything is okay with Jalen Elliott. I'll definitely keep you guys updated if he does come off this list. Hopefully everything is okay there. Hopefully everything is okay with his family. Hopefully he gets off very, very soon. But the 3 players that have came off today are Hockenson, Amani and Aaron Siposs. 3 guys, 3 cornerstones of this team that may not be the stars yet, but at someday they will be. Amani will be a star in the secondary. Hockenson will be a star tight end. And Aaron Siposs, you guys know my guy, Aaron Siposs, the man that played in college when he was 26 years old, something like that. He played at Auburn when he was really old because he played overseas. He played out of country, and then he went to Auburn, and then he was signed by the Detroit Lions as an undrafted free agent to compete with Jack Fox this offseason for the starting punter position because we lost Sam Barton. And Braden Coombs actually had some good things to say about him. He said Aaron Siposs, the way Aaron Siposs is wired, really vibes with him. Aaron Siposs is a very accurate punter because of the sport that he did play. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's some different sport that he played where you would have to grab the football and kick it to someone like that would try to catch it. It was really incredible. I mean, I don't know how they were doing that. Let alone I barely kicked the ball 10 yards. This dude's like aiming it. It's incredible. I mean, that was really impressive. So that definitely gives him a good shot to make the team. We'll see if he does, but he'll compete with Jack Fox. Some people think he makes it, some people don't. We'll have to wait and see. It'll definitely just be one of the two. They'll probably also be the kickoff specialist because I don't necessarily think you want to have Matt Prater doing that anymore. Hockenson has been taken off this list. I did a video recently on Hockenson if you guys want to check it out. That was an awesome video because Hockenson actually had a better first year than I think a lot of people would say, and I think there was a lot of good that he showed us. And I think year 2, we could see him take a really big leap, and he could take a leap like all of these other great NFL tight ends historically have. We see Amani, a guy in the secondary that I have no idea what his role is going to be next year. But what I do know is when we did see him on the field with the opportunity he was given, he proved himself. He proved himself with that opportunity. He played up to higher expectations than I think a lot of people expected, and that's huge. So even though there's a lot of uncertainty in the secondary with a lot of new pieces coming in and out, what's great is that Amani proved himself at the end of last year, and he needs to continue to build on that. There were definitely things to work on. He just needs to continue to build on that, and he has a good foundation built now. So those 3 players have been taken off the list. Lastly is Jalen Elliott. Hopefully he gets off soon. If you guys did check out my last video with Travis Fulgham, I know, I apologize. I'm in the car. Hey man, sometimes it just has to be like that. I'm trying to get all the news out. I'm sorry. But speaking on that a little bit more, so yes, Travis Fulgham is no longer here. And I really think Marvin Hall's emergence, like that kind of surprised a lot of people, really made it hard for a guy like Travis Fulgham. Because yes, Travis Fulgham had the nice size, and I think that's what the Lions have been looking for in the draft. It's not necessarily those guys with the most speed or the flashiest players, but the guys that have good hands. If you have good hands, you can be drafted by the Detroit Lions. We saw that with Siposs. We saw that with Galladay. We saw that when they brought in Marvin Jones in the offseason, right? We've seen all these players that have really good hands. Okay, speed and everything like that, that's a bonus. But if you have hands, they'll make it work. And I think that was a big strength for Travis Fulgham coming out of college. He had that size. I even saw someone in the comments say that they thought he would be the replacement for Marvin Jones Jr. He had the size, he had some intangibles. There was definitely things to work on. He didn't get tons of separation, which is kind of similar to guys like Kenny Galladay and things like that. But it was the great hands that he did have, and I could definitely see him get picked up by some other team. I mean, he's young, the potential is there, and I hope he makes it somewhere else. And even if it's not back with the Detroit Lions, somewhere else, I just think it's really hard because, you know, every position is limited. And when you continue to bring in players, and that group is already strong, arguably our strongest group in terms of top heavy and depth, it's going to be really hard to make that spot. I mean, you're literally, with the emergence of Marvin Hall, it took up 4 spots. You had 4 spots going in the next season secured. So you're telling me you have 1 spot open for Travis Fulgham, you drafted Quintez Cephas, and then you have Jamal Agnew trying to become a receiver, not to mention Victor Bolden, you know, Chris Lacey, all these guys competing. You basically have 1 spot open, maybe 2. You're telling me that's what you have open offensively at the receiver position? It's going to be extremely difficult for a guy like Travis Fulgham to make the team. Who knows? Maybe he ends up back on the team if there's injuries, or maybe they'll try to, you know, bring. I don't know if I think he is practice squad eligible. I believe he's practice squad eligible, so maybe they'll try to do that. But at this time, it's just really hard. It's really hard to see a spot for a guy like Travis Fulgham. It's unfortunate that he was released, but I definitely wish him the best, and I think that you know, he may end up somewhere else. I definitely could see him do some great things in the league, and I hope that he does. But I do understand why the Detroit Lions released him. I mean, I'm not too shocked about the move. Definitely understandable. I thought it would be coming at some point. I would have actually been shocked if he would have made the team. And I was rooting for him for sure. I mean, his story is incredible, but I would have been shocked if he made the team. Let's not forget about Jeremy Davis or those guys that we brought in. So, I mean, the depth is there. It's a really tough role to compete for. So we'll see what happens. I definitely understand it. But those 3 players have been taken off the reserve list. That is great news. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you, Brad, for watching. Have a great night. And I'm out.